What's up, guys? It's your boy, Spaceman, looking shaggier than Jack Black in the Minecraft movie. How are we doing today? How's it going, Joe? How's it going, everyone? Hey, I want to talk about 3D printers a little bit, because I did a stream not too long ago where I was going to bring this sucker back to life, and I realized I had it all wrong. It was not a matter of trying to bring the 3D printer back to life. That's cool and all, but what I actually am trying to do here is 3D Printer Necromancy. Because if you're just getting the 3D printing, you may think that something like the Bamboo Labs is your best option when you don't have to worry about anything, but spare a thought for this now $100 Anycubic Mega X. That was about $400 when I first bought it, top of the line, and it's missing half of the features. Because you may find that something like this still deserves a little bit of love in the stage. So what we're going to do is repair it, upgrade it, and see if we can get some of today's modern printer functionality on something about 4 years old at this point. So cool. Oh, the music is loud. Okay, hold on. I'm turning the music down a little bit. I'm turning it down a bit more. Okay, I see what happened here. The Ray Room camera is louder than expected. You're running the literal opposite of a 3D printer CNC machine. Ah, okay, very cool. But yeah, so I'm going to kind of walk you through the plan today, because we have a host of new parts, and I need to set some stuff aside. Listen, a 3D printer is worth all of the effort you can put into it, because they can do anything from helping you make models of history to literally the prototypes of the future. So, but I'm going to show you real quick. I'm gonna get a page up. I want to show you what kind of capability we can get with our fancy 3D printer if we finish our upgrade here today. So, got that page dragged up. Literally, when we are done, we're going to have something as simple as this. It's now screaming at me. Oh, never mind. It's fine. So I'm going to leave this up just so you can see what it's doing. But basically, this is 3D printer over in the workshop. This is a live camera feed. I can actually access pretty much anywhere in the world. It's this Octoprint, but with a few extra tools. This does have AI spaghetti detection and a couple other cool shit to basically make my life easier. You'll notice I'm doing the worst sin imaginable for filming, which is pointing the camera directly towards a bright light source. I have acknowledged that there's nothing I can do about that, and I've just decided to ignore it. Anyway, so now we get to the fun part. We tested this a little bit recently. You can see here the Bowden tube from the hot end is pushing itself up because there is a clog on the hot end that is severe enough to completely jam it. So this is a pretty easy fix, believe it or not. All we're going to do today is just completely swap the hot end. We don't need to do anything complicated like pull pull or do anything to try to remove the blockage. It's not worth it. The hot end cost me about $20 on Amazon, and it's that easy to just replace the whole damn thing. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to swap the whole hot end. And honestly, that should be all the work this printer needs, except for some calibrations. We could push cam from my 3D printer and have it go live whenever... No. Oh, God. I don't want you people seeing inside my house any more than is absolutely necessary. I'm already uncomfortable with this. You're getting part of a room of my house, okay? This is a massive invasion of my privacy. Anyway. Your 3D printer pisses you off. What is that, Joe? What have I'm assuming you've done wrong? This is the wrong bit. You need something for an M4. told your boss you should do that with your CNC. Please don't. I don't... No. I don't like that. Doesn't quite fit. It's close though. This is a square bit, yeah. Try an H5 and see if that does the trick. And indeed it does. Listen, I bought two things from the Linus Tech Tip store. One is my Jerry Rig Everything knife, and the other is the screwdriver. I love both to tears. These things are the shit. Like, I get it's easy to hate on Linus Tech Tips, but, like, a good screwdriver is a good fucking screwdriver. I'm gonna do something I told myself earlier I would not do. I do use the screwdriver for basically everything. I use it for my flight sim. I use it for everyday maintenance. Hell, I've used it at work a couple times. The truth of the matter is, it's just a good screwdriver. It's a good, reliable fucking screwdriver. To replace the hot end on this model, it's still pretty simple. It's only about 4 screws up at the top here. And you know what's crazy? On newer models, it's even easier. Alright, that's all 4 screws. And the Bowden tube should just... That simple. That's it. That is the only steps you need to take to remove your hot end from your Mega i3. You have an Ender 3 version 2, sometimes your prints will start to come off base and piss you off. We'll talk about that a little bit actually later in when we start to get into calibration. I'll show you some ways you can avoid that. Making an unreliable screwdriver is impressive. You would think! Jesus. I don't know how I've done it. This bearing has gone through the ringer though. It's got metal shards coming out of it. Like it's taken some crazy impact damage, and I don't know what could possibly have done that, but... Also, the printer is screaming at me now. It's telling me T1 sensor abnormal. Yeah, I wonder why. I think there's a couple reasons why that might be a little bit abnormal. put this little rubber bit on here. I don't know for a fact if they've moved away from the style. I think they have. A little rubber guard. I don't know, because honestly, I've never had to replace the hot end on the other printer. I've never had the issue at all. You can see actually it started its printing right now. I've tasked it with making a case for what will ultimately be our Octoprint setup on here, and then that'll be the new brains of our printer. If nothing else, the new nerve center. Yes, I'm aware. The printer is repeatedly screaming at me. It's saying T1 sensor abnormal. And what it means is the temperature sensor that's on the hot end is not talking. Which, of course, it's... You have a, you've put an upgraded dual gear extruder on your printer. I'm not sure what, is that, do you mean that they've gone away from this little rubber guard on the nozzle? I'm gonna try to get this as high up as I can because I'm between a rock and a hard place here. No, why are you go up? I want it as high up as I can get. I'm trying to. I need to be able to see where the sensor ropes plug into. And I don't want to take off this entire fan assembly to do it. So, okay, we'll go over this real quick. This is actually, it's not part of the extruder assembly. Some printers nowadays do have a direct drive extruder. This is not a good setup. I don't like how unbalanced this is. But yeah, some printers do have a direct drive extruder, which is where the extruder is placed next to the hot end, and it drives directly. That, you know, direct drive. But some older printers, and actually I think the majority of older printers, prefer this style where the extruder is separate. And what's the advantage of a direct drive extruder? Well, theoretically, there's less resistance on the filament, so it's a more even flow. I don't know how much I subscribe to that theory. Surely it must work because people keep buying it, but... Okay. Yeah, you know what? This is going to drive me crazy and I don't want to do it. I think at this point it's going to be easier for me to separate the fan assembly. I don't want to, though. I really don't want to. always harder to plug something in from underneath it. So, part of me wants to set the thing on its side and see if that's easier. Who did my wiggle emoji? That would be Soup Rice. His name should come up if you click on the emoji. I don't know how I'm going to go about doing this. I really don't. I'm not sure. Fingers are not small enough for this. I don't want to do this wrong, because if I do, I'll bend the pins. Well, taking the hot end out was easy. Putting it back in, yeah, not so much. Okay, well, let me do something. Let me get a little unorthodox up in here. I'm going to try removing these two screws. And if I'm right, the top part of the assembly should just kind of lift up. I don't know if that's true. No such luck. Well, let's put these screws back in because we don't want to lose them. This is going to be a problem. Now, this is one of the reasons I'm actually giving this printer away. You will not find this issue on modern designs. A lot of them now have quick release nozzles and such. So if you ever run into a clog like this, it'll actually be way more trivial to just remove it. There it is. There we go. Okay. The only thing I can see to do here is to I'm not gonna like this. Make sure I'm not damaging the cord of my very expensive and rare computer. I can see where they're going. This is what in the Navy we would have called a two-man lift operation, but there we go. One in. A kill for some pliers right now. Good.
Seems like we run into a complication. 'Cause you made plans to be on your own. But I'm hopeful as a fool can be.
I'm struggling with the fan. Give me 1 second. I can feel my breakfast coming up. Got to work? All right, catch you later, Joe. Whew. I'm getting a workout. This is a tough shift for a fat guy like me. Okay.
You see through every last careful persuasion. You get out fast when I drive you home. You're reaching out to me when you're looking for more than company. I know you're begging for more. You leave it at a conversation. So you can tell yourself we're just friends, but this ain't something just friends do. You can tell yourself we're just
So the smart money would say, find a way to set this down and then hit with the screwdriver. Oh, hey.
breaking that lock on your cellophane heart. I can see through what you always stand guard. Breaking that lock on your cellophane heart. I can see through what you always stand guard. Breaking that lock on your cellophane heart. I can see through what you're doing when you say we're just friends. They say we're just friends do. You can tell yourself we're just friends, but I know that it just ain't true. Friends all we got in the stars, crying all night, saying everything will be alright. So you can tell yourself we're
Going there with the screwdriver.
if it eases your mind, I'll be your friend tonight. I'll be your friend tonight.
And there we go. Look at that, Lion Tech tip screwdriver. Add it again. Lord. So simple. Alright, listen. Here's the truth. I'm out of shape, so it looks harder than it really is. Truth of the matter is, most of you guys aren't going to have the same kind of trouble taking that hot end off. And remember, this is an older design, so if you went out and you bought a 3D printer today, you're not going to have the same trouble. In fact, if you even have more desk space, you're not going to have the same trouble. This was a situation entirely created by me being in a less than optimal situation. Gonna move out left a little bit, give it a little bit more space to breathe. It's funny, right? Because I had the idea in my head, and I'm like, oh my god, it's such a great video idea. We'll talk about how. We'll talk about how simple it is to get an old 3D printer running again. It'll be so good. That's the easy part. Hitting the home button and it just goes all the way down by itself. There we go. Kind of want to tighten these down in the next pattern if you can get away with it. And there we have it, new hot end. And the only thing that stopped me from doing it was the fact that I am grossly out of shape. The next steps are simple and should be fairly obvious. Simply take the Bowden tube, connect it to the extruder assembly. It's a little bit problematic because of some quote-unquote repairs I've done previously. However, I believe we are good to go. Okay. This particular printer has a cool little feature, in fact most Anycubics do, where you can preheat the PLA and then feed the filament through for testing purposes. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The extruder's going to, the hot end is going to heat up to about 230 degrees. And then we'll see if it feeds through cleanly, and it should, realistically. Meanwhile, let's do the thing I hate the most from this printer. You know what the worst part of owning a 3D printer is? At least an old one. It's the leveling. You shouldn't do it like this. The reason I am doing it like this is just because I'm lazy. I want to get a general idea of what the bed condition is. Kind of shit can calibration we're doing here. I'll be honest with you though, when I had this in like regular service, this was kind of how I did calibration for the most part. Because if you have if the light is just right, you can just kind of see it. Oh, that won't be perfect, but it'll be okay. Okay. We've done the painful part, right? We've done the part that I hate doing. But that means we get into the fun part. Now I'm going to do a quick double check by making running the filament all the way through the no issues yet. Well, that's good and bad news. That's an old problem that's reared its ugly head. Yeah. So, filament's running through the extruder properly. It's running through the hot end properly, but that Bowden tube is still pulling out of the extruder. Why? I'll be honest with you, Chet. Probably a lack of zip ties. Okay, check this out. These little nubbins here are supposed to hold the Bowden tube on either side. Right, when they're down, they're kind of released and they let up. When they're up, they're latched in. Nothing's letting off those puppies, right? Now this one is missing a zip tie. And it is not letting, well, it's not exerting full force, so to speak. So that's why I initially super glued the thing together. It's gonna have to be super glued. That's pretty shitty. Okay. Chat, give me 15 seconds. I will be right back, and I will have a, shall we say, permanent solution. But first,
blind, but now I see. Through many dangerous toils and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. And grace will lead me home.
The HMAS Sydney is under attack.
I say again, this is Australian warship HMAS Sydney. We are in distress and requesting your assistance. Over.
The Soviets are engaging with a massive fleet of patrol boats and ships. Even with help on the way,
Chief, I have the carrier off to our right. I'm going to make a right-hand overhead pass.
Copy.
I've returned. Sans jacket, cause I'm burning up. I'm burning for you. I have some super glue. Is this how you should fix a problem like this? Absolutely not. This is how I'm going to fix a problem like this? Hell yeah. Okay. That's going to start to cure and solve our ultimate problem here. And then this will be fixed. And I'm not going to have to deal with it anymore. And I'm going to be a happy fucking camper because I'm not going to have to deal with it anymore. Yeah, probably should have used a zip tie on that. That's the beauty about zip ties. You can add them later. Okay. Now for the next part. That concludes our hot end replacement. the next bit of pain and suffering I have lined up for myself is actually not that bad. We are going to be assembling an octoprint system. 9 hours forced to sit next to 3D printer. Have fun. Oh no, Riston, that is the beauty of the system. Once I'm done, it will be automated enough to I don't have to deal with its status. Now, what we're going to do here, please note the beautiful SanDisk 128GB micro SD card that we will be using today. I'm going to load this up. The purpose of flashing Octoprint to a Raspberry Pi, it's easier than ever. You literally just go to the Raspberry Pi imager, I'm afraid I can't really show you this bit. Simply select your Pi device. Go to Other General Purpose OS. Or I'm sorry, Other Specific Purpose OS, I think. Got 3D printing and then OctoPi. And I will pick what's stable. I'm going to select my storage device and hit next. And it is just that fucking easy. It's already ready. So, yeah, really a pretty simple process to get Octoprint installed. Interestingly, my 3D printer in the workshop has started yelling at me. I don't know if you can see this, but it started detecting the failure, and yeah, it looks like there's a failure there. Quite a bit of spaghetti is generated, so it's not at the point where it's ready to call the print. It looks like it's still okay, according to the AI. But it might pause and say, hey, you need to take a look at this. Okay, now let me just check on this. It's 78%. So close I can taste it. And it's done writing. It's just going to verify real quick.
Time.
50%. While we're waiting for that, Let me get it out. Let me show you the device we're going to be using to run Octoprint. If you think, oh, this must be some expensive, fancy hardware, no. It is a Raspberry Pi Zero 2. Please never do what I'm doing right now, handling this without some kind of ESC strap. But that's it. That is the entirety of what we're going to run Octoprint off of. And yeah, it's ridiculously simple. I've dropped it. Okay, now we're just going to take our drive. Look at this. God damn it! It's so tiny. I feel like I'm going to break the damn thing. Although realistically, I'm more likely to break it continually dropping it, like I have been. There you go. Flash drive goes into the card. And for all intents and purposes, and for all intents and purposes, you're done. Of course, it's not actually that simple. This is our 8 megapixel camera that we're going to be using. Oh God. Oh, look at that. They've tried to idiot-proof this giant red sticker that says, please follow the user manual. Well, this has 2 cables running out of it. I guess I better follow the user manual. Yeah, that's why. There's 2 different red cables. Okay, well, maybe I should follow the user manual. Make sure I'm using the correct part. I guess not.
Tossed out of heaven, out on the run. I don't know where we're going, but we've been coming undone for quite some time. No, don't you give me those eyes, 'cause there's no turning back.
I'm gonna remove the cable.
I'm up in heaven as the heart that cut us some slack. Oh, mother, won't you say a prayer? A prayer that I
In my mind, surely this must be a compatibility thing, right? Oh, but you just did that in an awful, horrible, horrible way. And we're gonna hit the intermission again because here's the thing: I need a special power cable for this. One that I do not have on me, so I'm going to go collect one. I am a fool, and I have built a temple to my madness. My incredible mistake. The printer requires USB Type-B. Not a problem, I planned for that. So I bought a USB Type-B cable. But it's USB Type-A to USB Type-B. This Raspberry Pi only has micro USB on board. I kid you not. Now there's a brief, minor, minuscule possibility that I have a micro USB to A adapter somewhere here. I'm gonna double check. I don't think so though. I am a fool. One moment, please. No such incredibly awful luck. I have a USB Type A to USB Type B. I have a Type C to Lightning for some reason. No USB Micro A. I'm sorry, no micro USB to USB Type B. Curses, you outdated format. I'm probably gonna find a solution around here, but it almost doesn't matter, right? Because well, that's gonna have to cure anyway. Alright, I think we kind of need to call it there. I don't have an easy fix at the moment. Yeah, I think we just stop there for the day. Okay. Well, I'll probably hit you guys up later. For now, I gotta take a break. I'm wearing myself ragged here. But I'll catch you guys in a bit. All right. Have a good one.